meil on ära proovitud ja ära nähtud selline mäng nagu Battleborn, aga et ükski ots lahtiseks ei jää, on aeg esitada veel viimased küsimused. So, Battleborn. At E3, Randy Pitchford tweeted that Battleborn is first-person shooter, hobby grade, co-op campaign, genre-blended, multi-mode, competitive esports, meta-growth, Choice Plus, epic Battleborn heroes. What does that mean and what the game actually is?
Okay, Battleborn is the brand new IP from Gearboxi software and 2K Games. It's a first-person shooter. It features 25 playable characters, and every single one of them is different and utterly unique. They have different looks, they have different abilities, different play styles. Every single one of them has something new to offer the player. Additionally, Battleborn is also a competitive multiplayer game as well as a story campaign. And with the story campaign, you can play it solo or you can play in co-op up to 5 players.
You're answering pretty much all of my questions here.
Oh, yay!
But as I understand, there are a lot of MOBA elements in the game. At any point you think, hey, maybe we should just do MOBA instead since the genre is so immensely popular in recent years?
I don't think that's the type of thing that Gearbox does when they start looking at making a new game. One of the things that's really special about them, and I think really shows how talented they are, is that they will take these concepts and game design ideas, and they're from separate influences. And on paper, when you put them together, you're like, I don't think that's gonna work. But Gearbox does put them together, and they put them together in such a way that it's something new and exciting. I think the best example of them doing that is Borderlands. And when Borderlands was, before it launched, when it was first coming out, people were desperately trying to quantify it and describe it. So they'd be like, well, it's like Halo meets Diablo. And that really didn't encompass what Borderlands actually was. It was more than the sum of those parts. And I think Battleborn is the same situation. And when we first announced, people immediately jumped on that and said, oh, it's a MOBA, it's a first-person MOBA, and that really wasn't exactly what it was. So we're absolutely proud of the fact that we have MOBA influences, but the game is so much more than that.
Mm-hmm. It looks really colorful, and as we saw from the demos and videos, it is brimming with over-the-top humor, but so does Borderlands. So what makes Battleborn unique? How does it stand out?
Well, there's a few things. One of the things that I think is really just cool about the game is the art style. And Gearbox started this game with the idea of, we want a game where you can have a mage and a samurai and a space marine all in the same game. And that's kind of that shouldn't make sense. And so everything they did from the art direction to the story was trying to execute that vision and have it make sense for the player. And so, for instance, the story. Basically, the idea is that in the universe, all the stars have been going out one by one. And it's being done by this mysterious force that no one really understands. But so those stars that are going out, those populations and those species have to flee and find a safe place. And they've all landed in Sellest because it's the last one left. So that explains why the characters look so different. It's really quite clever. And then I think the same thing with the art style. It's you want to have all these different characters, but they have to make sense to the viewer, to the player, and have them believe, yes, the guy with the huge steroid guy with the tiny head totally belongs in a game with the vampire-looking samurai.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the story. In our demo we saw that there was a sinister-looking dude who was shooting at us from a spaceship or something. What's the thing about that?
So that's Rendane. He is a leader in the Generate Empire, and he is working with the mysterious force. And his idea, or he seems to believe that helping them finish their job and destroy Sellest is somehow going to work out for him.
Okay. You mentioned the co-op campaign. Is the co-op campaign online only, or is there a local version?
So everything about Battleborn is online. You can play it solo, you can play it in campaign, or you can play it in competitive multiplayer, but it's all online. And really that is to support the overall design of the game. There's the fact that we have this pretty deep progression that is fed into by both the co-op campaign, just the campaign in general, as well as the competitive multiplayer, and we need that online functionality to protect the integrity and of that gameplay feature.
Okay. And last but not least, the classical question. I know that you just recently announced the date, but when will we get our hands on Battleborn?
Battleborn is coming out February 9th, and that's for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Vot, selline see oligi. Jääme ootama järgmist veebruari ja siis läheb asjad hulluks.